brain's not functioning properly. I feel like I can't form proper thoughts. Hello. Today's Wednesday, the first time that I'll be picking up my camera. I say camera, it's my phone. The first time I'll be picking up my phone to film. Nothing's been happening this week at all. I've just been experiencing more exhaustion, so I haven't really been doing much of note. But I did have a realization that I don't have any Christmas presents. Not that I think most people I know will really care about that at this time, but I still like to give gifts because I just enjoy giving gifts. So what I'm working on here is a blanket for my mom. Now I'm sure you're looking at this like, that doesn't look like a blanket. Yeah, I know. I was supposed to start this months ago, so I have a month and, what's today, the 19th? I have a month and 5 days to get this turned from this into a blanket. Obviously this is not long enough to be a blanket, so I'm gonna make this part and then I'm just gonna connect the other pieces and make however much blanket this yarn makes. I got this yarn from a garage sale. I have no idea where it came from, so I'm not able to buy any more, so it's just gonna have to be what it is. But I do like this yarn because it does have gradient coloring, so the part I have now is dark blue, and then I'm gonna work through that dark blue part until I get to, I think it goes into this beige color. Once I get to this beige is when I'll start another square and then just kind of have it be like a patchwork kind of deal. So I figure if I work on this an hour a day, every day, weekends, maybe like 2 or 3 hours, I should get done by Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve, because me and my parents do Christmas Eve gift giving. So that's why I need it to be a month and 5 days. And I'll be going to my parents' house because it seems that now that I've been out of the house for a little bit, they want to start doing like Christmas traditions. So they want to wear matching pajamas on Christmas Day. I don't know why they waited until I was 30 years old and out of the house to do this, but whatever. I'll be spending the night at their house on Christmas Eve, so I need to get this done. So like I said, an hour every day. It's almost 6 o'clock now, and I'm watching Christmas cookie challenge, you know, to get in the festive spirit. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but it's not Thanksgiving yet. I don't care. I really don't care. I stopped using Thanksgiving as like a benchmark of when I can start celebrating Christmas, because I was like, if I'm in the spirit for Christmas now, I'm just gonna start celebrating it. So yeah, you can't stop this festivity from going on. So watching my show, and I'm probably gonna start decorating my home this weekend. We'll see. We'll see what the vibes are. But yes, let's get into this blanket. It has potential. So I just have to stick with my plan, and then it should become a blanket, I think. I got hungry, so I'm making turkey burgers. You know, sometimes I wish my kitchen were a little more aesthetically pleasing, but it's functional. That's what really matters. And I do make my turkey burgers in the air fryer. So it's easier that way, a little less messy, and it tastes good. They come out good. So for my turkey burgers, I usually use pink salt. I use Himalayan pink salt. I think that's the only type of pink salt there is. I don't really know. Pepper, of course. I like a lot of pepper in my food. I have garlic powder. I have minced onion. Chopped chives. And then I just got this from Dollar Tree. This is the Kingsford Cajun style spicy Louisiana classic seasoning. Haven't tried it. Forgot I have to get it open, but I don't think a Cajun style has ever done me wrong. Because I do like my food to have like a little bit of spice. Pretty much no matter what I eat, I need to have a little bit of spice in it. So that's my seasoning. And then next up. And then I usually just get a pound of turkey because it's just me and I don't like to waste food. And I did need to cook this because it was starting to get to that point where you're like, it's probably time to turn this into something. So, turkey burgers it is. I was gonna make spaghetti, but I just didn't feel like waiting for spaghetti or doing all that, so I said on turkey burgers. And also I have these French fries that I want to have too. And I'll show those. Okay. And then on top of that, I'm putting this blackened seasoning to give it like a nice kind of skin on there. And add a little bit more flavor as well. Into the air fryer. And then I put, well, my air fryer has presets. So the one I use is the meat setting. So that's 375 and then 18 minutes. And then we just start and then of course turn halfway. Here's my dinner. Again, I don't have a very aesthetic space. The lighting is not great. I need to change a light bulb, but here it is. You can see what it is. Vegetables, fries, turkey burger, no sugar added, barbecue sauce. So it's been an hour that I've been doing this. Well, minus my dinner break. But here's what I have. I think I started like here-ish. Something like that earlier. So yeah, an hour got me this far. Well, maybe not that far. Maybe I started here and then got over here. But once I started getting into it, I start knitting a lot faster. So yes, I think if I do my hour a day, 2 hours a day on the weekends, this can become a very good blanket. So basically the size I just want it to be like a lap blanket. So I figure if I have it from like here, just past my leg here to this side will be a good length. It'll just be like a little lap blanket. So yeah, that should be good. And then once I get the length I want, so from here to here, then I will start on the next tier and go down until I get, I don't know, a decent sized blanket. Definitely not this size. The blanket I have on now is an oversized blanket. So yeah, it's just gonna be a little lap blanket, little throw that my mom can put on the couch that she has in her little den space. So yeah, it's coming along. Looks nice. It's a soft yarn, stretchy. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So I will check back in with my progress tomorrow. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going. So I am doing just a little body check, seeing pretty much what I'm feeling, where I'm feeling it, so that I can know what I need to work on, what I need to focus on, and basically if I notice any changes over the course of this little journey that I'm going on. So first off, what I'm noticing is that I have pain in my left Achilles tendon. Now that could be from when my knee's still injured, but from my initial injury favoring my left side, and now that pain is just catching up with me. So I have that pain that I noticed when I was walking down the stairs. I do have my knee pain. Honestly, both of my knees hurt, but my right knee was the one that was initially injured and that hurts the most. So noticing that knee pain and the difficulty it took me to actually get down here. So I want to work on building strength and building mobility. Low back pain, as I mentioned earlier, that comes and goes, but I think that just has to do with sitting. I do have a spinal injury as well, so that is contributing to the pain. And then tight hips, because I have a sitting job, so I don't want to say I'm used to the hip pain, but I know that's what that is from. Just hip tightness, not from anything major, just simply because I sit a lot. I would say shoulders are okay, just probably a lot of tension in them. And then neck is just a little stiff right at the base where pretty much the neck meets the shoulders. Hello. Something about animals, whenever you sit on the ground, they just have to be around you, but I think it's because you're on their level. So yes, so I have here my resistance band. This one's just a lightweight one. I got this from physical therapy. I have this, I don't know exactly what it's called, but it just goes in between your thighs and then you squeeze like a hip adduction, so that way it can build inner thigh strength, which helps with building those muscles, so that way pretty much like your knees can support your body better. Yoga block, and then I do have this yoga ball. It's a little spiky for more pressure. I do have my foam roller. I'm probably going to use that as well, and then I'm probably going to use my massage gun on my quads before I go to bed. But basically what I'm gonna do is just some light physical therapy, some strengthening, stretching, just to relieve a lot of tension that I have in my body. So first I'm just sitting up straight in the butterfly position and then releasing. Holding for 5 seconds when I'm at the top. First one, just a light, like I said, these are all light stretches pretty much, but putting the band on the arch of my foot and then just pulling back against it to release that tension in my Achilles tendon and give it a good stretch there. And then I'm pointing my toes and pulling the resistance band to kind of stretch like the top, the shin, and it still is stretching the Achilles as well. And of course, doing the same thing on the other side. I realize it'd be better if I do this sideways. So next thing I'm going to do are glute kickbacks. Building your glute muscles does help with obviously building strength in your lower body, and then supporting your hamstrings, quads, knees, all that good stuff. So building your glutes is good for overall leg health. There are studies that show having larger leg muscles is better for your health. So do with the information what you will. I always like larger thighs, so it works out for me. That's better for my health. But we're gonna do 10 on each side, 2 times. And it does help to have your core engaged, so that way you are having better stability, and having a strong core is very important, again, to your overall health. Now with leg on the side, we're gonna do clamshells, and these are 15 on each side. And then making sure you're actually lifting with your glute and not just lifting up your leg. I like to just place my hand right on, like, I think this is the gluteus medius that you're lifting with, to just make sure that you're actually using your glute muscle and that you can feel the contraction there. I'm bending my left leg, and I'm gonna lift my right leg, toes pointed towards the ceiling, and then making sure you're lifting with your quad muscle, and then again, not just like throwing your leg up, slow and controlled. It's gonna be 10 each side, 2 times. To rest in between, because honestly I have weak quads. Strong quads help build stronger knees, because your quad muscles hold your knees in place basically, or like they help hold your knees in place, I should say. So strong quads are very important. My quads are weak, so that is something I definitely need to work on during this winter arc journey. And that's what I like. So what I'm gonna do now is take my yoga ball and put it under my knee, and then basically I'm just pressing down into the ball, squeezing my quad muscle, and then holding that for 5 seconds, releasing for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then pressing down, holding my quad for 5 seconds, and doing that 10 times. If you don't have a ball like this, you can really use anything. You don't even need to have anything under your knee, but I have it, so I'm gonna use it. It's a small movement. It doesn't seem like much when you first start, but the smallest movements seem to have the biggest impact because you're working really small muscles that you don't really think about, and then those are the ones that you feel the most, because again, you don't use them a lot, so they're just not activated intentionally as frequently. So it's small but mighty. Taking my little, I don't know again what this is called. If you don't have one, you can just put something in between your legs and like squeeze against it and release. I got this from Five Below. So just light squeezes that I'm doing 30. Not too fast either. We can go intentional movements. Hold for 30 seconds. And then I'm gonna do it one more time. Now we're just going to do some glute bridges. Just 10. I don't really do these too often, but they are nice. Again, slow and controlled, not doing it too fast, and making sure it's an intentional movement. So keeping your core engaged, keeping your glutes activated, pressing through your shoulder blades, palms of your hands, your whole foot, and then push it up. I like to hold at the top 1 or 2 seconds, back to the start all the way down, and then back up. Make sure you're breathing, as they say, but seriously, don't hold your breath. Going to feel like you want to hold your breath the whole time, but inhale as you go up, exhale as you come down. You can hold your breath at the top while you're holding it for the 1 to 2 seconds, but then release as you go down. That. It's not to be an exaggerated breath, but just for demonstration purposes, I usually just breathe through it. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do is, I don't really know what they're called, but I'm gonna show you. So again, you don't need the yoga block, but just whatever this is called. But I'm using the yoga block to kind of like open it up just a little bit more. Oh. Everything is cracking. And now I am going to use my foam roller for my back. If you don't have a foam roller, I recommend getting one. I got mine from TJ Maxx, but I know they can kind of run pretty expensive. I can't imagine I spent more than $15 or $20 on this one. But I know I've seen some that are like $100. I don't know what they're made out of. It's foam, so don't really think you need to spend that much on it, but if you got it like that, it's your money. I'm not gonna tell you how to spend it. But that was my physical therapy / mobility for today. I do feel much better. I hope you do too. Thanks for following along if you did it. Let me know how you feel. Was it helpful? Is this something you would like to see? Was this just like nothing to you and you skipped right over it? Or did you find it beneficial? Or if you have your own physical therapy that you need to be doing, do it. Yeah, your body's not gonna get better if you're just sitting there. So yeah, thanks for following along, and I will see you all, I wanna say tomorrow, but I also wanna be realistic. Let's just say I'll see you tomorrow. Hold me to it, okay? Bye. Hello, vloggy vlog. Today is Thursday. I promised I would check in, and I am indeed checking in. I'm actually just leaving work, and there's just something about leaving work and it's dark that's just so meh, you know, just kind of eh. But I'm actually on my way to my cousin's house. I haven't seen her in a long time, but I am going over there to obviously see her and then see my little cousin, so her kids. I'm taking her daughter, she's almost 1. I'm taking her my old American Girl dolls that have just been sitting in my storage in a bag, untouched, unloved for years because I don't really do anything with them. I have been single for the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. And even when I wasn't single, the guys I was with, I didn't picture myself being with. They didn't instill that feeling of I should make a family with this man type of energy. So I can't really think of a time where I looked at my life and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have kids. So it never really occurred to me to like keep the dolls for my child, because I mean, I'm only 30, but I just am living my life under the assumption I'm not going to have children. Whatever, if I do, that's fine. If not, whatever. But I feel like if I do have kids anyway, they'd be boys, because I just feel like my family's full of boys. But we'll see. I guess this depends on whatever dude God drops into my life. We shall see. Anyway, I say all that to say, I have old dolls that I have nothing to do with, that have just been sitting in a bag. So I'm going to give it to a child who can actually use them. So that's what I'm on my way to do. Traffic is very heavy at the moment, which is kind of a bummer, because usually Thursdays are lighter traffic. So I don't know what is going on today, but whatever. At least I'm only going halfway the distance. My cousin's house is actually on the way to my house. So the road that I normally go on is super backed up because the freeway is closed that will go eastbound. So now instead of people going the freeway, they have to take the high roads, mile roads, whatever they're called. So yeah, that's why it's extra backed up these days. I did like it better when I lived in my apartment because I lived 5 minutes from work and I went in the opposite direction, so I never really experienced a traffic jam. And I was also thinking too that I liked my apartment because it had a gym. It had a nice fitness center actually for an apartment. It was actually one of the reasons why I picked that place. So I mean, like, it's nice having a house because it's my own space. I don't have to worry about other people. I can stomp around if I want to, etc., etc. But there are some amenities that I just liked having in an apartment: fitness center, pool, hot tub, sauna, all that kind of stuff that I don't have now. So, whatever. It's better, like I said, to have a house, I guess. I just miss those things, that's all. But I am going to continue to make my little upstairs area into a fitness place for myself, so that way on days where I don't feel like going to the gym, or days where I am doing something else after work and it just wouldn't make sense to go to the gym, because the gym is actually in the opposite direction of where I live. So it's close to my job but far from my home, because it was close to where I used to live and then close to work, so it made sense. But there's not really a lot of gyms over by where I live except Planet Fitness. And I mean, I could go there, like, I shouldn't be judging Planet Fitness. I'm not. I just feel like I outgrow Planet Fitness very quickly. So yeah, that's the problem I'm having. But anyway, I'll figure it out. We'll figure this out, how to reach my fitness goals, especially like it being darker earlier. I don't want to go to the gym after work. I just want to go home. But I know that's not a good mindset to have. And like I said, my gym is far from my home. It's close to work, so like I could go in the morning, but that would require me waking up at, I don't know, maybe 4:30 to get over here, and then I need time to actually get ready. And I just really don't like public showers. So yeah, I'll figure something out. Maybe there's a gym near me that's not Planet Fitness and I just haven't seen, but as far as I know, there's just not a lot of gyms over there for whatever reason. There used to be a Snap Fitness, but they closed and now it's a nail salon. So yeah, so yeah, I really do need to make an actual little fitness space upstairs, because yeah, this isn't really working out for me. What I've been doing these days of basically not going. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm kind of tired. I feel like my brain is melting. This has been the longest work week ever. Not ever, but in a while. I thought Tuesday was Thursday. Today feels like it should be Friday, but I still have one more day to get through. I'm just done. I'm done. My brain's not functioning properly. I feel like I can't form proper thoughts.